Now, this is my slide because I love talking about this kind of football, the dirty stuff. So, relegation battle, it is on. We had an incredible upset this weekend with Parma thrashing Roma 2-0. I say thrashing because they also played better. They just didn't win 2-0. And yes, as you can see here, the table at the bottom has just changed completely. Fiorentina is now, higher up there, and Benevento is now down below. I remember when we used to talk about Benevento being 10th, and we're like, oh, Benevento this year are saving themselves easy, but they're evidently not. I hope you guys enjoy my editing skills as well. They're not as good as Luca's, but they mean a lot to me. Anyway, the upcoming relegation games are really important. Spezia, Cagliari. We got Benevento, Parma, Spezia, Crotone, Cagliari, Parma, Parma, Crotone, and then Torino against Parma. And we know that the last few days of Serie A, when they really get into those head-to-heads, they could be crucial. They could be absolutely crucial. It is, Vinny, by the way, as obviously you're a bit older than us, and I didn't want to say it, but I had to. Isn't it shocking for you to see teams like Torino, teams like Cagliari, teams like Fiorentina down there fighting for relegation spots? Or to you, it's just like nearly a good thing because it shows how football is always more unpredictable. It's always getting better.
It's surprising when you see these kind of teams at the bottom, but then you take a look at, if you look at the past, right now I'm looking at Torino, and unfortunately in the last maybe 5 to 6 years, gentlemen, maybe Torino needs this. Maybe Torino needs to go back to Serie B and, refocus, regroup, and go like, we cannot keep on playing, this kind of football and between 10th and 15th place. But in the end, people keep on talking about, let's put 18 teams instead of 20 in Serie A. What I like to see, we talk about the top four, but let's look at these bottom four. You have from 22 points to, Crotone is going down. I don't even think it's a discussion right now, but anything could happen, from Parma, Torino, Cagliari, Benevento. Looking at Fiorentina, when was the last time we saw Fiorentina down there? Do I think Fiorentina is? No, I don't think Fiorentina is going to be in those bottom three. But maybe I'm afraid, and I'm sorry to say this. I think Torino, unfortunately, I think at this point right now in their history and the way they've been performing, it's time to let Belotti go. It's time to regroup, go in Serie B, get back on track, and come back to Serie A with tutta forza. That's my personal opinion.
So and hopefully Belotti comes to us.
We'll take him.
I was just about to go to that, but before that, sorry, Vinny, I just wanted to ask you because I know kind of, but I'll ask for boys as well. So who are you predicting? Like you say, okay, if I had to put my money on it, these guys are going down. So you said Crotone, you said Torino. Like if you had to put your money on it, would you say Crotone?
I would say Crotone, Torino, and Cagliari. Parma's going to pull it out. I don't know why, but Parma's going to pull it out.
But I think it's
Gervinho. It's that hair, guys. It's that hair. He's going to come up with some sort of crazy goals. But Crotone for sure. Torino, I think, is more wishful thinking. But I don't see Cagliari doing it, guys.
I think it's shocking that Cagliari is there. Their team on paper is incredible, I think. You got the Nainggolan's, you got João Pedro. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. He is the highest scoring Brazilian in all top 5 leagues, right?
Yeah, one of your favorite stats.
That isn't that like an incredible stat? So you got João Pedro.
I mean, Cagliari team is probably better than Hellas Verona's on paper, right? Definitely better.
And I think it just shows how important it is for a manager because I think I hate to quote this guy, but Mourinho said it on that Netflix show. He said, "Listen, I'm not here to teach these players how to play football. I'm not going to teach Cristiano Ronaldo how to play football, but I'm here to put them in the best suited, like the best system for them to express their best football." So I think that's why it's so important. And I think I don't know. I personally, guys, who do you think is going down? Let's start from Amy because I haven't heard it from him in a while. So let's say I think you said Crotone was going down 100%. Who else is going down?
I feel like Crotone, of course, and Torino. I think they do have the team, but with the whole COVID outbreak they had, you have to get. I said this last week as well. Getting 2 games back is so hard because their team is so short on players. Like I don't think they have a lot of rotation players, and they're just going to struggle in the end when you have to play those extra 2 games against Sassuolo and Lazio. It's just going to be so much harder for them.
Yeah.
And then the third team, maybe it's really hard to predict the third team because there's so many teams really close together.
You don't have to predict it now because we'll go on and we'll have more of a certainty. Ricky, we'll go. Yeah, what's up?
Quickly, I think it might even be one of the bottom 4 right now because you look at Parma, 19 points. They're 7 off 16th place, that's a big gap for a small team. So I think they might go.
Ricky, what about you? Quickly, who do you think is?
I'm still gonna say Crotone. Then actually, I'm gonna change my opinion on Torino, as Amy said, with the recent problems they had with the COVID outbreak and the 2 matches they have to play again. It's not easy, and it can be a key disadvantage. So probably I'm going to say Torino as the second team. And honestly, I think I will still say that the third team will be one between Spezia or Benevento. Always based on the fact that they're less experienced in Serie A.
Oh, sorry, Ricky cut out.
And obviously we lost.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of back. So you're saying because they're less experienced in Serie A, and
yeah, exactly. I said last week. I think the other teams can save themselves better.